I'm Matt McClure, and this is Currents. Our very own All-Star shows the Cyclones how it's done. Lino Rulli on this rock, but not for long.
This great little leap of faith, Lino.
It's too big of a leap of faith for me. I don't think I've got this much faith in my life.
And I get some unexpected career counseling.
You look like you're in pretty good shape. You think you might want to get in the ring or something? We could maybe work into the show.
Well, looks can be deceiving.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Francesca Maxime has the night off. Well, we're getting in the swing of things tonight with a focus on sports. We'll go inside a local parish where one woman is keeping a tradition alive. I'll also talk to a baseball player who walked away from a career with a lot of potential. And I'll also take a trip inside a wrestling ring. Sounds kind of dangerous, but before we do all that, we're going to take you out to the ball game right here in Brooklyn. Our own Francesca Maxime had the chance to take the mound and throw out the first pitch at a Brooklyn Cyclones game. But before she did that, she introduced herself to the fans out at Keyspan Park.
My name's Francesca Maxime.
Hello, Francesca.
So I'm throwing out the first pitch tonight.
Good.
And so you don't even know who I am. You don't even know what to make of that, right?
No.
You have I think you have like a network on something.
Do you have any idea who I am?
No.
Do you care?
I do.
Well, that's nice. At least she's sweet. So do you think that mainly like just famous people get to throw out the first pitch or no?
No.
So does that mean I'm not famous if I'm throwing it out?
I don't know. You tell me who you are, and I'll let you know if you're famous.
I'm not that famous yet, apparently, here in New York.
Nice looking, though, and you've got a nice smile.
I like her. We're going to make sure she gets Time Warner Cable so she can watch.
Are you going to throw underhand or overhand? Have you decided?
I haven't decided. I got to do a little warm-up first.
I think you should throw overhand. Underhand is supposed to be a girl's pitch.
You got any pointers for me or anything?
Reach the plate.
Pitch really hard.
Practice for the last 2 months.
Step and throw.
So let's do this together now. 3, 2.
Very good.
All right. Do you know who I am? Giving me love. Aw, that makes it all worthwhile. Gotta love it.
Well, it's a good job there by Francesca meeting the fans. You know, if they didn't know who she was before she walked up to them, now they know who she is, all right? She's somewhat of a celebrity there with the Cyclones crowd now. But the baseball diamond and a shot at stardom beckoned.
Okay, so I'm opening up this brand new ball, right, Bob?
Yeah.
All right, and so now he's going to show me what to do because I've actually never held one of these before, ever. Hold it like that.
Yeah, not too hard, though.
Not too hard. And you want to make sure that you release around the shoulder. So hold these in.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the motion.
Release out front.
So, and how high should it be?
Just aim for the glove.
It's only a minute designated.
Whew! This is hard work.
Fans, don't forget to pick up your free game day programs.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Wow, I just warmed up with some real pitchers and baseball players. I'm very excited. Thank you, love. Thank you.
Well, not a bad job there. Not bad at all, Francesca, but I'm sure that the Cyclones will not be signing you anytime soon. Well, stay tuned. There's much more Currents coming up straight ahead. Just ahead, what's the trickiest sport? It may be a toss-up.
Oh, I did it!
Welcome back to this special edition of Currents. I'm Matt McClure. Tonight it is all about sports. And next we want to show you the story of a woman who has a special affection for a sport that you might not see on ESPN. And she loves it so much, she's eager to pass the baton to the next generation. Literally. Well, the sport is baton twirling, and the woman behind it is giving children lessons that involve more than twirling, and that may just last a lifetime. To find out more, our Natalia Ortiz decided to give it a whirl, so to speak, at Our Lady of Perpetual Help in Sunset Park.
What other sport involves singing? Well, baton twirling is not your typical sport, and the founder of the last twirling group in Brooklyn is not your typical 95-year-old either.
I'm Dorothy Klein Orlowski. I'm known as Colonel Klein through the years.
Dorothy Klein started this baton twirling group in 1976. She got her start practicing a similar activity many years ago.
Just graduated, getting into high school. And I signed up for the Cadet Corps right then. It was an outlet. There wasn't, as I said, that much to do for young people, young ladies at that time.
She then sponsored her own Cadet Corps for about 3 decades before its popularity diminished.
She disbanded her group. And we knew that she was in charge of children's programs, and she didn't even know how to twirl at all. So we went up to her, my 3 friends and I, and we asked if she could start a twirling program, and she said sure.
And some 30 years later, thanks to Dorothy Klein, children in Sunset Park, Brooklyn are still twirling. Why is this an important project to continue?
I think it's important to get the children off the street.
And twirlers have their own take on its benefits.
It's good for my hand-eye coordination, and it's good to make new friends. I think it's really good exercise, and I love to compete in the competitions, and it's really fun to learn how to do all these new tricks and everything.
So I asked Bianca Canada to show me one. All right, Bianca, let's go. What are you going to show me?
This is a trick. You have to put this here.
Okay.
Left, your arms down, go and let it roll. And then you would toss it up and try to close it.
Oh, I did it! But tricks aside, the sport proved to be a bit more challenging for us beginners. Okay. This is a little bit more dangerous than I thought. But for the more experienced twirlers, this isn't just a matter of having fun. Why take away from your busy schedule as a teenager to come here and spend it with little girls?
Well, I've been doing it since I was 3, and I love it. It's just like something in me. I have to do it, and I like teaching the girls. I like seeing them progress as like I did. It just makes me smile.
These girls seem to have inherited their service-minded attitude from the person who started it all. Dorothy Klein seems to have an effect on people that's contagious.
It's very nice to be in the twirling. It's very inspiring to Dorothy, especially because she's a very good leader.
In spite of her age, it's the gratification Klein receives which keeps her from passing the baton to someone else.
I have so many people that have come up to me and said that I have helped them in the years, that I feel very good.
Well, keeping a unique sport alive for a new generation. And as you can tell, those young ladies learning baton twirling have a lot of enthusiasm. But enthusiastic is not a word we'd use to describe Lino Rulli in this next piece. And I can't say I blame him in this one either. In this Lino Rulli classic, he goes rock climbing with Father Andrew Cousins of St. Paul, Minnesota. And will he get to the bottom all in one piece? That is the question. Let's find out the answer.
This is one way I really like to hang out. You know, Lino, I'm kind of a guy who likes challenges, in case you haven't figured that out. It's one of the reasons I decided to become a priest. I figured it was about the biggest challenge I could find. Now see, Lino, this is the beauty about rock climbing. It teaches trust. Trust is such an important thing in our relationship with God. Basically, what I want to do now is get you set up so you can go over and experience this great, this great little leap of faith, Lino.
It's too big of a leap of faith for me. I don't think I've got this much faith in my life. All right, now I'm telling you, I've got the biggest fear of heights, biggest fear of water. So this is not a joke.
Okay, now, Lino, let me explain to you one rule about rock climbing. I like to call it the Trinity rule.
Okay.
The thing is, you know, the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Sure.
you always have 3 things to catch you when you fall. Okay, so you can see here.
Let me guess. The ground, the tree, and maybe another large rock.
No, but just in case one of them doesn't hold, we've got not 1 backup, but 2 backups. Okay?
Okay. Does vomit speed up on its way down?
Lino, look, really, I'm a priest. I wouldn't have you do this if I wasn't sure that it was safe, okay?
Oh, great. The canoers are going to watch me fall to my death as well. Jeez, not only a viewing audience, but actual canoers.
Now, Lino, do you know who the patron saint of rock climbers is?
Well, I'm sure he's dead, unfortunately. No,
well,
I don't.
Of course, that's because all saints have died.
I know.
No, the patron saints of rock climbers did not die rock climbing. His name is Pier Giorgio Frassati. Blessed Giorgio Frassati, pray for us.
Absolutely never been this afraid in my life.
Don't look down. Look at me.
All right.
Here we go. Now you're gonna, when you get out there, you want to spread your legs a little bit. So just keep backing up a little bit. There you go. Keep backing up. Keep backing up. There you go.
See, it's when we're the most afraid that we realize God is the most important.
That's true.
All right. I can't get that first.
Can you get that? See your left foot. You see that ledge behind you?
Yeah.
Can you put your left foot on that ledge? There you go. Now lean back. This is the trust part. This is beautiful. You're doing great.
You're kidding me. This is seriously the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
It is the best. Stand up and lean back. That's what you got to do. You got to take your left hand off the rock, so you just got to lean back more.
But if I lean back, I'm going over the rock.
That's right. You got to sit back. There you go. You're okay. I got you. Hold your right hand. Perfect. You're doing it, Lino. Lino, you are repelling. You are beautiful.
Oh my God, are we up high?
Now, is this fun?
Whoa. Well, that wasn't fun. Oh, I'm still being held up by my groin right now. All right, here we go.
Are you there, Lino?
I think I did it, Father Andrew. I'm there. Did you see the cut? Did you see what I've done to myself? Look at this. Look at this. I've got nobody to save me from myself. Can you believe that? I'm telling you, this ain't easy. It looks easy, but it ain't easy.
Okay, you're gonna belay me now.
All right.
This is the part where I trust my life into your hands.
That's right. For what reason, I have no idea.
Now I'm gonna start climbing. Now the other thing, there's another lesson that rock climbing teaches us, Lino.
Yeah?
It's about falling. In the Christian life, when we try something, we fall like this. Oh. But there's always somebody there to catch us.
Oh, and if you're lucky, it wouldn't be somebody like me straining his brains out right now.
So now I'm gonna ask you to trust me with your life.
Didn't I already trust you with my life one time today?
Yeah.
We really need to keep playing this game. It's like testing God. I don't think it's necessary to always do it.
Now don't climb any faster than your rope.
Okay.
Now just think, Lino, after this is all over, you're gonna be able to tell people how much fun it was hanging out with a priest today.
They won't believe me.
Oh, falling!
Oh, this is fun.
Put your hands out.
Well, that's more fun than I expected. Oh, jeez.
Put your hands out, Lino. Well, that's what happens when you fall. That's good. Now you want to put your feet on the ground.
Whoa, hey now.
Congratulations, Lino.
Up away. All right, that feels a little better. Oh, Nelly.
Congratulations, Lino. You really did a great job.
Father Andrew, thanks so much. Wow, that was something else.
Beautiful day out here, Lino.
It was.
Now tell me, did you learn anything?
No, did you?
Well, sure. You can learn lots of things rock climbing. You learn about trust. You learn about faith. You learn about what it means when you take a fall and somebody catches you.
That's true.
So I just got one final question. Do you trust me now?
No.
Lino, you're a better man than I. Of course, a Lino Rulli classic there from a show that Lino previously hosted called Generation Cross, and I would have had no part in that whatsoever. Stay tuned, there's more Currents coming up. Coming up, from home plate to the altar, a ball player answers a different call. Welcome back. Well, while a lot of baseball players work year-round to perfect their games, at least one that we know has decided to go from playing to praying. In 2009, Grant Desmay had a year many players only dream of. An outfielder playing single-A ball in the Oakland A's organization, Desmay was the only minor leaguer to hit 30 home runs and steal 30 bases. 30-30 year, not bad at all. As a matter of fact, very, very good. And when he went to the Arizona Fall League, where he was named MVP for his standout play. But the possibility of stardom in the big leagues was not enough to keep him from a greater calling. So, in January, Desmay decided to walk away from the game of baseball so he can begin studying for the priesthood. He spoke with me by phone from his home in California. Well, Grant Desmay, now a former minor league prospect with the A's organization. Thank you so much for joining us here on Currents today. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Now, this is a decision which I guess people who are maybe not of faith it might baffle them. They might say, well, here's a guy who is so successful and shows so much promise as a minor league ball player, and now he wants to give all of that up, the potential stardom and everything, to pursue the priesthood. What fueled this decision?
Just the calling from God. It was really felt like I had to do and I wanted to do, and if my faith meant anything,
yeah.
This is really where I felt God was calling me, and I had to check it out. And the whole baseball career, when I really looked at it, wasn't. There's no certainty in it. Like I did have, God bless me with a very successful season last year, but that was also just in A ball. I still had 2 more levels to go through until I even got to the big leagues if that happened, and I'd have to stay healthy. So it wasn't like I was guaranteed to be playing baseball for a long time or anything.
Right. If no pun intended, it's kind of a hit or miss kind of thing. I mean,
exactly.
One injury and that could put you down for a long period of time.
Right.
So, was this something that was really kind of I don't want to use the word nagging, but for lack of a better term, kind of nagging at you, and maybe you felt that calling, I guess I should say, for a long time. I mean, how long did you feel a calling before maybe you answered it?
I'd really been discerning it for about a year and a half. I really wanted to do it. I almost retired before last season, but I decided to go play another year.
Right.
Little ways that I'd try to maybe run from it or whatever, it definitely wouldn't go away. Didn't really want it to happen. It was still there.
Right.
It showed me that I wanted to or need to check this out, and God gave me the grace to do it, and I'm very thankful, and I'm extremely overjoyed that He gave me the grace to make this decision.
Well, very good. Now, what about your teammates? Did you speak to any of them about it before, or have you spoken to any of them since?
Before, not too many people really knew the extent of that I was discerning. But now, I mean, obviously everyone knows.
Right.
And I've gotten a ton of phone calls, text messages from old college teammates to professional teammates that have been extremely supportive, and it's been really a blessing to see how much love and support everyone's had and about the decision and the understanding that people have. I wasn't really sure how people were going to react, but it's been truly amazing and a blessing for me to see how many people really are supportive.
Well, that's great. What about the A's organization? Were they supportive of your decision? I mean, how did they take it?
They took it extremely well, and they've been handling it even better. I couldn't ask for a better reaction or the way they're handling it. That's been a blessing too. I mean, God has really been great in this whole situation.
Great. Well, in terms of your studying and seminary work, things like that, where do you go from here?
I enter the St. Michael's Abbey. It's in Southern California in August, and that's just I live the life I enter as a postulant. And it's to further my discerning and start studying and try to figure out what God's will is. If He really wants me to be a priest, and if it's to that community, I hope so, but it's all in God's hands, really.
What from baseball might you be able to take life lessons, if you will, and apply those to the priesthood?
Actually, I have been able to think about this quite a bit, and it's been kind of surprising to me how much I think I could see how baseball applies just to life in general, or how I could use it in a vocation to the priesthood. Baseball is a grind, especially in professional baseball. There's a lot of things that you have to do that you don't really feel like doing it. You just have to do them. Otherwise, you're not going to be successful. You're going to break down over the course of the season. And you also, there's tough times. That's a guarantee in baseball. Baseball is a game of failure. So you continue to do what you know is going to make you successful. And that's a lot from what I hear. What the priesthood is like, it's a hard way of life, but it's a very fulfilling life. You're continually, you're called to die to yourself. So I can take that lesson, and then also the necessity to do things that make you successful. And what's going to make me or anyone else a good priest is grace from God. So making sure that I really have a strong prayer life is really important, even when I don't feel like praying at the time or whatever. I know that's what I have to do. So.
Well, good. Well, definitely a lot of life lessons and metaphors there to take from baseball and apply them to the priesthood. Well, very good, Grant. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Well, former baseball player and now seminarian, Grant Desmay. Stay with us. There's more Currents coming up straight ahead. When we return, the Squared Circle pays a visit to a local church.
Let me hit you in the head with a chair, and when you get up, tell me how you feel.
Sports and entertainment. You put the two together, and what do you get? It's kind of like an old algebra formula or something. Sports plus entertainment equals. I actually found out the answer to that at a local church fundraiser recently, and as you're about to see, things got a little crazy as I was trying to find out the answer, but it was all for a good cause. Well, I'm here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church. Now, I'm not here for Mass, obviously. I'm not here for the Feast of the Giglio, that's in the summer. I'm actually here for the FCW match tonight. It's Forgotten Championship Wrestling. Yes, wrestling at the church. I'm going to see if I can find out what it's all about.
Oh, we got legends galore. One, we got Brutus the Barber Beefcake. We got Chris Canyon, former world champion tag team champ. Additionally, we got Mr. Everything, Johnny Ledoux, the FCW heavyweight champion.
Great characters, athletic wrestling, and just a great performance in the ring. And like it says on the back of our motto is,
bringing wrestling back.
Not back to Madison Square Garden and the big wigs in New York City, but we want to bring it back to our communities right here in Brooklyn.
I came down here to FCW to check it out. They gave me a call early this morning. They wanted to know if I could help them out. Once I heard that they were with the Wounded Warrior Project, how could I say no?
Like I said before, Matt, we're not only a company that believes in the family, we believe in family-friendly prices. That's why I'm practically giving this show away, and I'm giving FCW tickets away almost at only $20.
And that's one thing I was kind of wondering about. Some people might be thinking, okay, wrestling and the church, do the two really go together? So that's the first thing I'll ask.
There are a lot of people in the community that are here that are learning that, Mount Carmel is a community-minded place. And that's building up the spirit here in the parish very much. And the fact that the Warriors Project is benefiting from this, that's an even greater blessing.
I believe that everybody should come out and have a great experience, and that's what FCW is all about. So come on out.
There's a lot of people and a good cause, and that's the basis for us.
The Pope, I tell you what, when I told him I was booking the show, he was the first one to come.
It's the Pope. Hi, Sir Pope.
Professor Paul Pope, the keenest mind in the wrestling business.
So you're like the super genius on top of everything.
You're smarter than you look, Matt.
I've been talking to some people around, and they've been trying to pressure me to kind of get in the ring. I think as long as you're not in there, when I'm in there, maybe I'll consider it. I don't know.
I'll let you live, Matt. Don't you worry, buddy.
You're a good-looking guy. I would like to recommend, Matt, stay out of the ring, Matt. Stay out of the ring.
I think that's the best advice I've heard all day.
And the reality is, if you're watching the wrestling match, you see it's probably more acting and skill than it is violence.
Let me hit you in the head with a chair, and when you get up, tell me how you feel.
You look like you're in pretty good shape. Do you think you might want to get in the ring or something? We could maybe work you into the show.
Well, looks can be deceiving, so I don't know if I necessarily. This is a wimpy arm here, so.
Not about that, you know, but think about it. All right.
Well, okay. Now, you might want to say a quick prayer for me, Monsignor, because they're trying to get me to go into the ring tonight. A few people that I've talked to have just been trying to push me to go into the ring, and I don't know if I want to do that. And if I do, if I happen to make it into the ring, you might want to say a little prayer for me, for my health especially.
Well, the Feast of Our Lady of Lourdes is coming up, so.
Well, okay, I've survived the night. Nobody's body slammed me. Nobody's taken me out in the ring or anything like that. This is as close as I've come to that so far. So I think I've done pretty good. But anyway, now time to send it back to the studio. Hey, man. How's it?
Thank you. Well, he was wrong. Back to you guys at the studio.
Ouch. I still feel that, by the way. My arm still hurts. Forgotten Championship Wrestling at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. And as you heard, the match was held to benefit the Wounded Warrior Project, which provides help to severely injured U.S. soldiers. And it was also held to benefit the Memorial Day Foundation, which is an organization that raises awareness of the true meaning of Memorial Day. Well, that's it for this edition of Currents. And remember, you don't need a TV to watch us. You can always catch Currents online at currentsny.net. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I'm Matt McClure. Have a great night.